Hello everyone, this is Ketisha. In this video, I'm going to go through the AQA Biology Paper 2 Higher Tier from 2024. This paper is 1 hour 45 minutes long and it's tested on three main topics: homeostasis and response, inheritance, variation and evolution, and ecology. And this paper is has 9 questions. So let's have a look at question number 1. Question number 1 is on the topic from inheritance, variation, and evolution. Evolution of new species occurs by mutation and natural selection. What is a mutation? A mutation is a change in the DNA sequence. Now you could also say that it's a change in the DNA or simply DNA or the base code or nucleotide. You could say it's a change in the gene or alleles or part of a chromosome or the number of chromosomes even, or the genetic code. Any of those will get you the mark. Describe the process of natural selection. Now, natural selection occurs in nature due to random mutation within an organism during reproduction. So, because of this, you could say there is variation between members of a species due to mutation. During, you could say, during reproduction. When I say during reproduction, I'm talking about the cell division. This helps some members to better survive, rather than survive, better to be better adapted to survive. Right. These members reproduce and pass on the favorable genes or mutations to their offsprings. Now, when this happens over many generations, then what you're saying is that's natural selection. Which scientist suggested the theory of evolution by natural selection? Alexander Fleming. Alexander Fleming is actually to do with penicillin. He discovered penicillin. Alfred Wallace and Alexander Fleming again. Alfred Wallace and Charles Darwin is the correct answer. They both came up with the theory of natural selection roughly about the same time, and Charles Darwin, I think he published before Alfred Wallace, and he had better evidence than Alfred Wallace. Charles Darwin and Carl Woese. Now, Carl Woese is actually to do with classification of organisms. Question 1.4. The hoverfly and the wasp are insects that with bright yellow and black markings. Figure 1 shows a hoverfly and a wasp. So you have the hoverfly and the wasp are insects with bright and yellow and black markings. Both of them have bright yellow and black markings. The wasp has a sting to defend itself against predators. The hoverfly does not have a sting. Hoverflies and wasps live in the same habitat. So you can see the sting in the wasp over there. The hoverfly does not have any sting. Explain how having yellow and black markings helps the hoverfly survive. Now, basically in nature we call this mimicry, where one organism pretends to look like another. We see them in plants, animals, and in insects as well. Not generally big animals, but definitely insects and in plants. So the main reason the hoverfly looks like a wasp, right? So what happens if the hoverfly looks like a wasp? Any predator of hoverflies would naturally avoid wasps, so it does not get stung, right? Now, naturally they would avoid the wasp. Now, because the hoverfly actually looks like the wasp, right? So the predators does not attack any hoverfly or harm them. That brings us to the end of question number 1, and I will see you in question number 2.